Hey guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this short little tutorial for today's advisory. Today's advisory is going to be a little bit like step-by-step heavy for you, the advisor. So I decided I would make this short little video to hopefully kind of clarify some of the steps that we're going to take in order to create a little bit of visual culture as an advisory. You may have remembered or been annoyed by 7th grade last week in sharing in the joy of a completely absurd television show by including it as our backgrounds. We're going to do something similar today as advisories. You are going to create a little collage that represents an advisory identity with your advisees, and then you are going to use that collage as a common background that you can then share in the joy and have something that kind of visually unites the group. Again, this process has a lot of steps, and I will post these into a group chat so you guys have them readily available, but I also want to just demonstrate how it's going to look as we go. Before we get started with today's advisory, I'm going to encourage you to do just a little bit of mental prep in thinking about what kind of image you want your advisory to choose from. This is going to be a little bit of a creative process, but just to give you some ideas, you could have your students choose their favorite food, their favorite sports team. They could copy and paste images from their favorite video game, TV show, school subject, their favorite hobby, or in the instance of today's advisory lesson with Mr. Nelson, it could be their favorite animal. While your students are copying, pasting images from that particular of whatever that particular unifying theme is in the chat screen, you as an advisor are going to have your screen split. So again, I'm just going to show you today, Mr. Nelson's advisory chose their favorite animal. They found a picture of it on the internet, copy and pasted that into the screen. You are going to have your chat screen split, and you're going to have a blank document open on the other side. So this I would suggest using just a rectangular open slide from a Google slide deck, because while they're posting and copying pasting images from the chat screen, you're going to be taking those images and copying pasting them into that slide deck. As you do this, you're going to have to kind of resize some of these images so that they all fit into kind of a collage. And my suggestion to you is just, do this first thought, best thought, go as fast as you can just to kind of keep the ball rolling. And the copying pasting process should go pretty quick. You can move them around. Again, simply copy, paste, resize, move on to the next person's image. Once you've got your slide deck full of a collage that has at least one image from each of your advisees, you're kind of ready to create this as your background. The way that you're going to do this is you are going to take a snipped image of this particular slide deck with the snipping tool. Again, it should be fairly rectangular because that is what the background will be. You can edit, copy, and paste that image back into the chat screen so that everybody in your advisory has the collage. They then need to save this, and I would suggest having them save it to their desktop, because once they are done saving it to their desktop, they can then in the chat feature, they can then choose it as their background effect. I'm going to show you how this is, and there will be a set of instructions for your advisees to follow as well, but they simply click on the 3 dots, go down to Apply Background Effects. Now, because this is a new upload, they'll have to click Add New. They'll find that image in their desktop, and then scroll to the bottom because, like I said, it's a brand new image, and they can choose it as their background. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to present a slide slideshow or a video for your advisees to watch that will talk them through the process, but I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this one. Contact me if you have any questions, reach out. By the end of this, you should have a background, and everybody in your advisory should have a exact same background that looks something like this that kind of represents the identity of your advisory. You, of course, can add text if you want. I'm going to also include a couple quick and easy ways to help your kids remember how to do all these things. For example, sometimes it's useful to have some visuals that help you remember how to copy and paste an image from Google Images into the chat screen. It's also helpful to have like a little image that is helpful for you to remind them how to set their background effects. Hopefully the final product is something like this, where you have a bunch of kids in your class and they're easily to quickly identify each other by having a common background. And I think it could be a really fun way for kids to kind of start to build an identity with one another. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.